Joyce Kinsey. I was sharing with Pastor Blackburn that I have shed many tears since I received the news. On the day that she went home to be with our Heavenly Father, I called the house. I told her my wife, I needed to hear Joyce's voice or someone tell me how she is. And the phone just kept right on ringing, ringing and ringing. Something in my spirit said, that she's not here. About 11:30, I believe it was, around that time, we received a telephone call that my dear friend had went home. So I have mixed emotions. I'm happy for her. She fought the good fight. Joyce and Mel were one of the first families to invite my wife and I over for dinner. For some reason, Mel and I just hit it off. He had that dry sense of humor. I love that man. Oh, how I love that man. And it wasn't any day that passed that I didn't ask Joyce, how's my friend? Every Martin Luther King birthday, we would have an evening service honoring Martin Luther King Jr. And Joyce was always there. A couple years ago, there was a thought that we both had about doing something for the youth and the minority youth. So the idea sprang up to have a breakfast. And Joyce took the bull by the horn and ran with it. She reminds me of Ephesians 4:32. Be ye kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God, for Christ's sake, has forgiven you. Joyce was considerate of others, always. She took time to consider people's feelings. She regarded their rights. And she would note verbally their accomplishments. She was concerned for others. She felt concern for the needy, the underprivileged, the unsaved. She had compassion on the afflicted. She comforted the bereaved. And she was cooperative with others. When the breakfast first got off the ground, I said that Joyce just took the bull by the horn and went with it. She called me and said, I have this done, this done, this done, and this done. We need to meet. I want you to do this, this, and this. Before the meeting, and make a report when you get there. And I said, yes, ma'am. We're going to have the meeting at your place, at your church. And I want you to bring some people who will work, who will volunteer. I said, yes, ma'am. We work together in unity and harmony. Always asking God for directions first. Every meeting we had prayer prior to meeting. For the past 2 years, the Martin Luther King Scholarship Breakfast has been highly successful, all because of my friend Joyce. Today, we are celebrating her life, legacy that she leaves. But on September the 25th at approximately 11 o'clock, they had a homecoming celebration in heaven. And in my own sanctified mind, there was a banner being held up saying, welcome home, Joyce. And the person that was holding that banner up was Mel, saying, welcome home, Joyce. They're together now. So I'm okay with that. But I still wish they were here with me. I shared with the pastor, I said, after I got the news, I just said, Lord, what am I going to do now? Both of them are gone. What am I going to do now? If anything, there is a poem, many of you already know it, that this Joyce, and I'm glad that the poem says author unknown, because Joyce wrote this. She said, sometimes I get to thinking as my labors I review that I should like some higher place with greater things to do. But I come to the conclusion when the evening is still that the place to which God set me is the place He wanted me to fill. And there isn't any service I can render that I should scorn, for it may be just the reason God allowed that I be born. Joyce Kinsey, my friend, my dear friend, you all are so blessed to have a person like that. She would buy me books to read, and I often said, Joyce, are you questioning my intelligence? She just said, no, I just want to broaden your thinking. My friend, Joyce.